everybody. I hope you're well. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm out on the beach today and I just was thinking about everything I did with AI this week. And I thought, what better time than to pop in here and give you guys an update on AI? This week has been wild with AI. There's so much to even talk about. I don't even really know where to start. Yesterday, I did a presentation. You guys probably know I'm the clinical consultant for product development for berries, and occasionally we'll go and do presentations for other people, other communities, that sort of thing. So you guys might know Zinni Me. They're like a coaching program for therapists who are wanting to start private practices, and they've been around forever. But anyway, they were wonderful and invited me and berries in to teach them about creating a social media content creation machine using AI, something I teach about in the Clinical AI Club, and also made a GPT for in the Thera AI Hub. So people just already have that available. Anyway, part of the presentation is a workbook I created, right? Now I'll give you guys this idea too. You could do this too. I created a workbook that's basically like assessing your brand or your business if you're just like in private practice and you don't have other income streams or anything like that. It assesses your brand and your business and who you are. And basically, you pop it into ChatGPT and you say, answer all these questions in this workbook for me, everything that you know about me, especially if your ChatGPT already knows you. It's really good at just like filling in the blanks, but you have to go back and read it, of course. But anyway, this brand workbook, I've been using it. I've done this presentation maybe like 4 times now. It's a big hit. Everybody loves to be able to have a social media content creation machine. It's really easy once you see how to do it. It's got me thinking that this is a good brand guide, but is there a way to do it like easier and better, especially using AI, using ChatGPT to help you do it quicker, easier, better, that sort of thing. So I was like, you know what I haven't done in a long time? Gone there to ChatGPT cold and basically turned on deep research and just said, I want you to research Kim Tolson, the traveling therapist is sort of my little nickname or whatever. The traveling therapist and the founder of the Clinical AI Club and the Thera AI Hub. And I want you to do a deep dive research into my brand, everything about me. I want you to scour the internet for comments about me, reviews that people have said about my products, that sort of thing. I put in my website, I know ChatGPT already knows that about me, my ChatGPT, but I wanted to give it all the information I could. So I went in and just dumped all this in and said, do a deep research analysis on me. And it took about 15 minutes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, all the AIs can do this. If you go to like the little chat bar, there's like a plus, and if you click the plus on ChatGPT or wherever, it has a drop down menu now. It drops down, and there's literally an option called deep research. And did deep research on myself. And I don't know. I mean, I think it was like 18 minutes later, it came back and revealed all of these insights about my business. It pulled like on Reddit, like there are people mentioning Kim Tolson on Reddit around like traveling therapists. And somebody else talked about the notes template that I have inside of Berries that you could just go in and access. People were talking about that on Reddit, which was amazing to me. Like I don't go search for myself in places or anything like that, but this deep research did. It went and pulled all of this stuff. So I spent probably an hour just going through all these like references about me and my business and that sort of thing, which was super interesting. And the reason I'm talking about it is because you all, right? We're going into January 2026 soon. And it's kind of the time of year where we start refreshing, right? We start thinking about, okay, let me like get my business goals going for the year. Let me do a deep dive to see if I can better market my practice or my business or whatever. It's sort of a renewal, right? It's like a let's get started. We're gonna start this year out right kind of thing. So it got me thinking like anybody here that's listening to this, go do this deep dive on your business. Just put in the prompt, just like I was talking about, and just see what it comes up with. I was sort of shocked about all of just the different places I was, basically. It's almost like Googling yourself, but like with a really smart analysis. So after that, I was like, okay, now I need to obviously deep dive into this. So I asked it some questions, and you guys could do this too, like about marketing strategies. How should I be positioning myself in 2026 with everything going on with AI and my involvement in the world of AI, that kind of thing? If you could do that with your practice, based on all this research you just did on me, how should I be looking into 2026 to market my practice? And you can even then give it another deep dive to say, I want you to go research trends around, private practice marketing in 2026. What are the trends? What are people doing? That sort of thing. It'll go deep research that too. And then you've got deep research on yourself, deep research on, marketing trends that are happening right now, and tell it to build a marketing plan for you, just like that easy. So I did that. I was like, give me some ideas on how to combine, because I have a lot of businesses. You guys know this about me. If you've listened to me or talked to me before, I'm like super passionate about putting more income streams out there, more businesses, more ways to help people. But I've got stuff everywhere, right? I do AI. I'm also kind of like known as the traveling therapist. I've got some insurance billing. I've got an insurance billing membership program that I built, and it's been around for about 5 years. So I've got my hands in a lot of different things. So I use the brand deep dive to then give me some clarity around what is the best way for me to market all of these things together with what's going on in the world right now and trending with social media, trending with marketing. So I just did this huge deep dive and got this great report. And then I gave it a prompt and I just said, okay, now help me create a 30-day content plan around how I'm going to market all of these different aspects of my business to have the most impact. Then I went over to my Perplexity browser that is basically, I've talked about it a few times on these lives and my podcast. The Perplexity browser is enabled right on your browser, like it's a whole browser. So you can open up the AI, it's called Comment. You can open up Comment on your sidebar when you're on a website, and you could tell it to do anything. You could tell it to go analyze this or that, research this website, take over the website and go find something for me. It'll do all of that stuff for you. I need to have just a whole podcast about that. So then I took it over to my Facebook groups and I was like, analyze my Facebook group and tell me, what does it sound like the biggest pain points are right now for the members of my group? And you could do this for anything, right? Go into, what are some of the big therapist groups? Therapists supporting therapists, right? Or, any of the big therapist Facebook groups. If you have the Perplexity comment browser, you could do this too in any Facebook group. You can go over there and you can say, like, what is the trending topic going on right now that has to do with my niche? And it'll search like months and months of threads and give you these amazing insights. So you've got your brand analysis, you've got trends for 2026 for marketing, all in the same chat thread. I did this deep dive with Perplexity in my Facebook group. I took what Perplexity found, I plugged that into the ChatGPT thread that I was already doing, and I gave it that information. I said, now with all of this information, tell me what to do next year to market my business. And you guys could do this too for your private practice. I'm excited about this. I want to go back, and I had to force myself to come out and enjoy this beautiful day in Florida, this beautiful sunny day, the ocean right there. I'm going to go take a long beach walk. But the deep dive into this stuff, it's amazing, and the insights you can get. And then, just prompting on that thread and saying, I want you to be a private practice marketing expert and give me insights into how I should use this information to market my practice or my group practice in the coming year. Give it your website, plug it in and say, here's my website. Is there anything I should update or change to meet the marketing demand that's going to be happening this year? That kind of thing. Get some insights that way. And there's a lot of quick things you can do that way just to like spruce up your business, your marketing, that sort of thing, and kind of give you a leg up with your niche, your industry, that sort of thing. So I hope you guys find that helpful. It's super exciting me to be able to figure out all this stuff and do it. And then last week, I did talk about that new app that I made, the marketing assistant. It's basically a marketing consultant that you can use for your business. I put it in the Thera AI Hub. So those of you listening that are in there, it's in there. It's really incredible. I want to encourage you to go use it, but it's along the same lines. And it's kind of, I've just been in this marketing mindset lately around this, and creating Mark, the marketing consultant, is kind of what's got me in this mindset. But you go over there and you can plug more of this information into Mark, and then Mark is going to give you a SWOT analysis, a competitor analysis of people in your locality. It also measures areas, underserved populations in your area that you could work with. It measures like analytics in your zip code. I've had it set up with Manus, which is another AI, and it goes out and Manus and like does a smart search for all of this stuff. And it's just incredible to be able to be in this age of AI and to be able to pull all this stuff in like this and use it just really blows my mind. So I hope this has got your juices turning, kind of a marketing minute with AI here, all the things you can do. So go try it. I'd love to hear if you use one of these prompts or do a deep dive on your own business. Does it give you any insights or, ideas on how to change things or spruce things up a little bit? So I hope that helps in 2026 for you guys. And I'm going to go walk on the beach. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.